$1,000 jeans. Oh my gosh, are they worth it? You can go somewhere like the Gap, H&M, and get jeans for maybe 30 bucks. I've gotten them cheaper depending on coupons and sales. You can look at something like Aritzia, where they're going to have jeans from $80 to a couple hundred, but $1,000 jeans? Oh my gosh, are they worth it? That's a lot of money to be putting down. I know that the area jeans, the crystal slit, are super popular. I think Taylor Swift maybe wore them. I think that might be part of the fanfare. But $1,000, are they really worth it? The crystal slit pair I think is retailing now for Canadian $1,225 on Essence. So let me review a pair that I got. I did not pay $1,000. And let me tell you what I think, how they wear, how the cut is, especially because jeans are not one of those things that's, easy for everyone to fit into. It really depends on your body type. So let me tell you what I did as more of a curvy athletic fit. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lexi. This is my channel. If not, welcome back. I love to talk designer, luxury, fashion, let you know what's going on, give you a thorough review so that you can have a more informed decision on any purchases you have made and just talk about fashion. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more videos. So let's dive in. What I purchased was the area jeans in the embellished cutout wide leg jean. So the cutout is a very popular style of the area jeans where halfway through the thigh there is a seamed cutout. Another nice feature that's typical on the area jeans, which you'll see in the video of my try on, is that there's almost like a heart shape at the back. I find this super flattering, but I'll save that for later. So the embellished is not on the physical jean. I have the embellished jean where it's almost like a chain. If you remember in the 90s when it was kind of cool to have those wallet chains attached to your jeans, I think of it very similar, but what's nice is it's got lobster clasps on either end and it's got a little A at the front, but then it's all this big rhinestone chain, which is really nice because then you can take it off for a more casual look, or if you're going for a little bit more bling, you can keep the chain on. So it's a really nice set of jeans. I bought it off of My Teresa mid-May. I believe it's sold out of My Teresa right now. It might be available on the Area Jeans website, but it was now, at the time of making this video, sold out. The reason I went for these was because I really wanted to try a pair. I was always more hesitant on the embellishment on the jeans. I have a young daughter. I am also not very good at babying things when I'm wearing them. So to me, I was like, I'm going to rip them off. The rhinestones are going to fall out. My daughter's going to kick them off, which would be fine if they were cheaper jeans and something I expected because I fixed rhinestones myself. But there was no way I was going to be paying $1,000 for jeans and expecting the rhinestones to fall off. I haven't heard anywhere that the rhinestones do. I think that this is a quality brand and I think they do a really good job. However, I don't think it's made for a 4-year-old kicking your thighs while you're carrying them. So I think that would be on me. I got a size 29. Typically, I'm a size 6 or 27, 28 in jeans, depending on the cut of the jeans, maybe even a 26, depending on how much width they have in the hips and the thighs. I am a curvier athletic build, so I have a more tapered, narrow waist, but I have athletic legs and glutes, so they are a lot wider and chunkier. So overall, I really struggle with jeans. I really like the barrel jeans at H&M. They fit me well. They actually look okay because they're not exceptionally wide on me compared to somebody who's got maybe more of a slim figure or petite legs, where the width of the pant is so much bigger than their legs, it kind of looks weird. Versus me, it kind of just fits with a taper. So that's generally what I gravitate towards when I'm normally looking for jeans, or like a nice wide leg cut. But the struggle is getting it narrow enough in the waist. So the 27 and 28 was sold out at My Teresa when I bought these jeans. I had had my eye on them for a while, but I was waiting for a sale. So one cropped up for 20% off. I had to be a subscriber already to my Teresa. So if you want to do that and look for these sales, which generally happen pre-sale, you know, when their typical public sales come out, they'll give you a 20% off of everything. It's very similar to Aritzia in that way, in that, I mean, there's going to be certain brands that you're not going to get a discount for, but you know, you're not going to get 20% off a Loewe purse, but 20% off, you know, kind of those non-strict brands. And it was $690 Canadian. So that made it 552 Canadian after the sale, which was something that to me is that's a lot to spend on jeans. There's no doubt, but it was kind of, if I want to try these jeans, now is the time. They're just getting more expensive, they're getting more popular, they're getting harder to find. And this was the style that I really wanted. This was the one I wanted, and it's not as common of a style on other websites, again, because I didn't want the embellishment at the cutout. So I went with a size 29, thinking, okay, knowing my figure, I will probably have to tailor it anyways. So as long as they're not way too big, it's probably the right fit. And I am so glad, because it's called a wide cut jean. My legs fit perfectly into them. They are not wide cut on my legs, not by any means. So they might be wide cut again if you have slimmer legs, but mine are quite large. They're not wide cut. They kind of fall wider, and they don't taper, and they're not super tight, but they are fitting to my leg. It was the waist that was just way too big. There was a couple inch gap in the back. So I'll kind of show you in the video here. I had them, because of the heart shape on the back, it was a little bit more expensive because they have to take it in on both sides to keep it even so that the back looks the same. But I think I paid $40 for that. They did a really good job, and I think it looks fantastic, especially now because it really cuts that hourglass shape, and it really emphasizes the size of my waist to like my curves, which looks really quite flattering, because sometimes with jeans you get so much fabric, and then the waist is so big that you lose a lot of that shape. So I went with a 29, and again, I got that tailored for $40, and it worked out awesome. So the color is this kind of nice classic denim blue. There's, again, you'll see in this video, there's this beautiful heart shape on the back, super flattering to a woman's curves, right? Because it's really accentuating. And sometimes from the back, it can look flat even if you're curvy. And this kind of adds a line so your eyes can follow the dimension on the curves a little bit better. This was a major selling factor for me for the area jeans. This was something that I figured that I might really like, so long as it sat well, and I love them. I would happily buy just a plain pair of area jeans for that fact alone. And again, it's got this beautiful crystal chain. It's quite long, and it's got the lobster clasp on either end. You can clip it off. The A is attached. I don't mind that at all. I'm sure you could take it off if you really wanted to. The rhinestones are quite large. I'm going to grab you some measurements on the chain and the rhinestones in a second here and give you some close-ups. For the length, they've hit me quite nicely. So I'm 5'5". They hit me right at my ankle, perfect in length. I did not have to get that tailored. They're very high in the waist. So they're high-waisted, and when they're high-waisted, me being 5'5", mind you, my legs are longer than my upper body, it was still about an inch over my belly button. So the kind of like crotch upper half is quite long. So the only thing I don't love is when I sit down, because the zipper is so much longer, it's not exactly flattering. It's not a big deal. This is kind of something that happens with jeans that are all high-waisted, but it's something to be mindful of if you don't really like that, because it will happen. As far as the cut, the feel, I've kind of given you the lowdown. It says it's wide leg. If you're a bit curvier like I am with an athletic build, I would not take that to heart. I don't know that my legs would have fit in a 27, 28. So the 29 was nice that way, but again, I did have to get them taken in. But to me, okay, I'm not going to get in a $30 H&M pair taken in, but if I'm going to buy a 500 plus pair of jeans, then I'm okay with spending that little bit of extra money, because I expect that I will use these. I want them to fit perfectly. I'm investing in these jeans. You know, they're, to me, really classic in the way that they fit me really well. They're definitely a casual jean based on the wash and the cut, but I think that they're worth the investment if you want to wear them often. So let me grab the chain just to give you a little bit of close-ups. The fabric and material, it's beautiful, 100% organic cotton. This is a quality jean. It's really comfortable on. It's soft. I have no issues. It's a heavier jean. So this is a quality denim where you're going to feel that material. It's not something you're going to be wanting to wear in 30-degree weather. Maybe. Maybe you're from Texas and 30 degrees Celsius is not that high. For me, I would die. So this is something I'm going to wear when it's a little bit cooler, but they're also not stifling. They're a beautiful cotton and I'm really happy with the quality. So here is the chain. You can see the size of the crystals. It's quite beautiful, very durable. In between, it's mounted in silver. Each has a 4 clasp. You can see the clasps. They're quite nicely done. At the end here, you have a lobster clasp. The opening opens really well. So the front, I mean, you could put it on the back or the front. There is no way to remove this A unless you remove it. Technically, my name starts with an A, so it's kind of cool for me. It was also kind of a bit of a bonus factor, but you could see really nice heavy duty lobster chain. Each of these rhinestones are going to be about just over 1/4 of an inch wide. Each of these rhinestones. I'm not going to count them all. There's a lot. But I will give you the full measurement. So generally I put them kind of on the loop that's on my hip and then the middle back. So one other thing you're going to want to be cognizant of is that you're not going to want to trash these around if you've got this on. When I sit down, I kind of lift it up or whichever. So the chain, the actual physical chain with the rhinestones measures at just over 22 inches, 22 1/4. If I go end to end, including the lobster clasp, you're looking at 25 inches. So this chain is about 25 inches long. And again, it's fully removable on either side. So take it or leave it. That's one of the things is I like just the style of having the plain area jeans. And then this is like a nice way to jazz it up. But I would look at a lot of other styles as well. If you're somebody who is good at fussing, I think the crystal embellished on the slit is really cool. And if you know style, you know fashion, you know these jeans, if you see the area jeans, you know what they are. They've got that distinction without having to have the logo, which I think is really cool. Well, thanks so much for joining me. This has been my review of the area jeans. I have the embellished chain, which I got at My Teresa about mid-May. But let me know if you get a pair. Do you like them? What do you think? How's the fit? I feel like jeans are so unique in that way. If you haven't already, I would love for you to like and subscribe. I'll link another video up here, but I'm always putting out new stuff on Tuesdays. So let me know how things are, and I'd love to see you around again. Thanks.